Modi Speaks. Nobody is here right now, so I don't know. Should I continue or should I wait? Nobody's here yet. Okay. While we wait for people to join us, I just want to apologize for not using the other live stream I opened. I'm sorry I couldn't navigate the sound and other things, so I had to go live directly from YouTube. I'm sorry for that, for wasting your time. So, like the topic says, we're going to be talking about this video that was made by Tyler Oliveira about the Indian cow poop throwing festival. Yeah, so this man has been getting a lot of backlash for making this video, right? And yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why he's getting all this backlash for making a simple video about the culture that these guys are supposedly proud of, because that explains the fact that they are still practicing this culture even in 2025. So for them to be doing it even in this day and age, that means they are proud of it. It is sacred to them. They respect it, they enjoy it, and they will defend it. And they even invited him to join them. So they're not ashamed of it, right? So I don't know why people on the internet will try to dox this guy, threaten his life, threaten the lives of his families just for partaking in this particular tradition and then film it for the world to see. Anyway, Tyler Oliveira made this video, right? And then he got a lot of backlash. And I yesterday reacted to the video, and I just wanted to throw more light on what is going on in that part of the world, right? Sometimes when I see things that I think is interesting, unique, things that needs to be discussed, I bring it right here. So we talk about it and we look at it. So I came across that video, I brought it here, and I made a video about it. But I was surprised that after some hours, I started getting a lot of backlash. People were disagreeing with the video. People were saying it is racist and that I should be ashamed of myself for reacting to this video because I am a black person who is prone to racism and stuff like that. So um tell Google and Microsoft owners don't. So yeah, there was no way I could let that slide. The kind of comments I was getting on this video, the only way to address them would be to make a live video, because I have been addressing some of the comments on in the comment section, but I don't think it is enough. That is why I decided to just hop on this quick video to clarify a lot of things, and also maybe to have a conversation with some of those people who are disagreeing with this video. So if you think maybe you are Indian or you are not Indian, whatever, and you have a disagreement or you have something to say about this video, the comment section is open. We can talk about it, and we can dish it out. In the meantime, I just want to say that I am not a racist, right? And the intention of me reacting to that video was not to direct hate towards anybody. I was just throwing light on something that I think is unique, is interesting, and somehow not right. Something I do not agree with. That was why I reacted to that video. There was a video I made in the past about a particular practice that was going on in Africa. This was, I think, in Kenya or something like that. And you have these African women piercing their lips, like destroying and mutilating themselves and putting lip plates in their mouth. And it is their tradition. It has been going on for years and years and years. I am African, but yet I called out this video because I don't do selective outrage here. When I see things that are wrong, I talk about them without fear or favor. And when I made that video, people were like, yeah, thank you for making this video. Thank you for talking about it. Wow, this is good. And now I made a video about India's cow poop throwing festival. I did not even disagree with it. I did not even comment. I did not even like say anything derogatory. I did not say anything negative. I just talked about the fact that the man who made the video was receiving a lot of backlash for making this video. And for that, a lot of people are telling me things that are quite unsavory. Yeah. Why? When I said something about Africa, they applauded for me. Now I'm talking about India, and Indians are fighting in the comment section. Anyway, we're going to be looking at some of the yeah, this was one of the reasons I wanted to stream on Streamlab, because right there I can show you guys these comments in real time, and I can show you guys some of these videos in real time, and then people who want to talk can, hop on the live video and then say their mind. But right here in YouTube, I don't have enough opportunity to do that, because you cannot do a lot with this YouTube interface. So yeah, I'm going to be reading it from here, and then we're going to be talking about it. I'm still in the comment section checking your comments. So yeah, I'm new in this type of video format. I don't normally go live, so if I make any mistake, please bear with me. So
get one free sachet when you buy 5 Sonia tomato mix.
Let's take a look at some of the comments I got on that particular video. I'm not even talking about the comments, the racist comments, the very disgusting comments that Tyler Oliveira is getting on his video for that documentary. I didn't even say anything. I just showed you guys this video, and people are killing themselves in the comment section. Oh, the truth hurts. People don't like truth. Why? Like I said before, I don't have anything against Indians. I love Indians. I love everybody. My only aim of talking about this video or reacting to this video was just to throw a light on something I find unsavory, something I don't really agree with, something I don't think should be going on in this 2025. We don't live in the 1300s any longer. People should know better, right? And I have the right to talk about these things. I have the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Okay. I'm sorry you guys cannot see this comment, but I'm just going to read it out, right? So this person said, Muddy, I'm a Nigerian, but stop saying that it is Indian culture, because just like Nigeria, India has many ethnic tribes and villages. If a state in Nigeria has a culture like this, would you like for people around the world to classify that culture as Nigerian culture? I think we should discuss on this with adequate research and empathy, right? Okay. Now, these are the people that are kind of making the argument that, oh, this practice, even though it is going on in India, it is not an Indian culture. It is something, maybe an alien culture. Don't call it Indian culture, even though it is happening in India and being perpetrated by Indians. So this person is saying that just like Nigeria, India has so many other, ethnic tribes, states, different people living together, that the culture practiced by one ethnic tribe doesn't actually reflect the entire culture of the country. That is what this argument is talking about. So for that, because this culture is not a beautiful culture, because this culture is not something to be proud of, that means this is not Indian culture. Can you imagine the logic in that? The fact that a culture is ugly, the fact that a culture is dehumanizing, the fact that a culture is unhygienic does not mean that it is not the culture of the people, right? The people practicing this particular cow poop throwing culture are Indians, bona fide Indians. In fact, if you look at the history, you might even find that these people might be the oldest Indians you can ever imagine. Maybe they were the first tribe to even set foot in India. But because their culture is something not to be proud of, you are now telling me that it is not Indian culture. Oh, you have 1.4 billion Indians. The practice of just maybe 3,000 people in a particular city or town or village does not reflect the entire culture of India. There is no particular culture, right, in every country that can reflect the entire culture of the entire country. It is not possible. It is not possible. There is no country that you go to and you find just one single homogeneous thing that every single person in that country practice. It is not happen. It never happens, right? Every country you go to have pockets of culture. Now, all these cultures make up the culture of that particular country. That is how it goes. Let me use Nigeria as an example, right? In Nigeria, you have over 500 languages spoken, and you have over 250 ethnic groups, right? When you guys hear about Nigeria, you think of the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo. I'm Igbo, right? Now, the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo are the three major ethnic groups or ethnic tribes. They are the majority, right? But we have other 250 something others. And these people are still Nigerians. The fact that they are not known, the fact that they are not popular doesn't mean that they're not Nigerian. Now, if you go into these other pockets of ethnic groups in Nigeria and you find a culture that they practice, I, being Igbo, might not be practicing that culture. In fact, definitely will not be practicing that culture, right? But it doesn't mean that their culture is not Nigerian culture because not everybody knows about, let's say, Efik or the Uhobos in Nigeria. These are ethnic tribes in Nigeria. The fact that people don't know about these people doesn't mean that their culture is somehow not Nigerian culture. You saying that their culture is not Nigerian culture is just like you saying that these people are not Nigerians. You are denying them of their heritage. You are denying them of their traditional belief. You are denying them of their sacred, I don't know, culture. If you go to India, these people, these particular people, I think is the Gumapatara, Gamapatara people. I don't know. I don't think I'm pronouncing that properly. So these people in the Gamapatara village, something like that, they practice this cow poop throwing festival. I don't even want to think about it, right? And I think it's good that I'm not reacting to this in real time because, guys, this is really disgusting. It is, right? And when you think about it, right, when you go into this particular culture, you're going to even find worse things. Worse things. There are some of the videos I saw. Okay, let me talk about these Gamapatara people. It's difficult to pronounce. Now, these people, right? They believe that their god, the deity they worship, right, literally came out of a cow dung. I didn't make it up. They said it themselves. This is their culture that has been passed down from generation to generation, from mother to child, from father to offspring. This is the story that we are passed down from these people, from their forefathers to them. You cannot change it. Their deity, their God, was literally gotten from cow dung, right? For that, they think that cow dung is sacred. Cow dung has healing powers. It can heal your skin of cancer. If you have infertility issues, it can heal you. If you have other problems, it does a lot of miracles. This is their belief and this is their culture. Now, yes, you can argue that, oh, not all of India practices this particular culture. The person who made this video never, ever tried to prove the point that all of India practices this culture. He never did that. In fact, he showed in the video a place where he showed you that, yes, this is majorly practiced by people in this particular village, right? But even if this village practices this cow poop throwing festival, other parts of India does something that looks like that. They do something akin to that particular practice, right? It might not be cow poop throwing festival, like eating cow poop, rubbing it all over your body, playing with it, throwing it on each other. Maybe they have other variations because this is India, right? The culture of every country is translational. This is India. Maybe this sect, they throw the poop on each other. Another sect, they drink the cow urine. They bathe in the cow urine. I'm happy I'm not showing you guys this video, but these videos exist, right? It exists on X. When I was looking into this particular topic, when I was researching, I came across the kind of goriness I've never come across in my life before. It was utterly disgusting, right? Utterly disgusting. This person says, shut up, there is no Akin festivals like that. I saw I saw Indians practically bathing with cow urine. As the cow is urinating, they will just squat down, put their head under and the urine will fall on them. I saw some of the elders literally drinking it, the urine. It is their culture. To an outside eye like me, I will find it abhorrent. To them, it is their culture, right? So if an outsider goes to India and partakes in this culture and gets the permission to film and then shows it to the world, why would people have more flack for this outsider showing them this genuine practice, this unique practice, instead of having more flack for the practitioners, the people who still do this in 2025. If you check that Tyler Oliveira video, you'll find that not only he went to India for this Gorhaba festival, there were other media outlets that went for this festival. You have, I think Al Jazeera was there and other media platforms. They posted this video. People looked at it, they were like, oh, this is disgusting. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is unique. This is interesting. People watched the video. They did not find it racist. They did not find it derogatory. They just watched the video and then they left. But then when they saw a white man who also went to the same festival post it on his YouTube channel, they tried to propagandize it. It now became, oh, look at this white supremacist going to our country and they're making it look bad. This white supremacist man did not tell these people in this village to practice this culture. They have been doing this culture, they have been practicing this culture for multiple centuries before he came. And he got permission from them to film the entire thing. And he even, to show you how honest he is and how genuine he is, he took part in this particular festival. You saw him knee deep in the poop. He was throwing the poop all over his body. It was like he took part, right? And then at the end of the day, he showed the world. Look at what is happening in this part of the world. Look at what is happening. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I'm here to prove the point that the fact that a small part of India is practicing this particular thing still means that this is Indian culture. That is what I came here to prove. Because people keep telling me, oh, are you trying to tell me that what they say, is it cow throwing something in Texas? I don't know. Cow throwing something in Texas. Okay, because these Texas people practice this, does it make it American culture? Yes, it makes it American culture. If you don't want it to be American culture, then Texas has to secede from America. Texas has to cut away from America. Texas will no longer be in America. For as long as Texas has a particular practice, a traditional practice that is sacred, that is recognized, that has been passed down from generation to generation, that has been recognized as something they do every time or they do in their culture, it is American culture. The fact that it is not beautiful, it is not wonderful, it is quite maybe unhygienic or something doesn't mean it is not American culture. Culture can be horrible, culture can be beautiful. So you don't force people to only portray the beautiful part of your culture as your culture. Then the ugly part, you force them to say that it is not your culture. That is the point I'm trying to make. Some people are saying, okay, I am from India. I have never heard about this type of thing. Maybe it is in a particular village. I'm from Nigeria. There are so many cultures I don't know about in Nigeria. So many Nigerian cultures I'm totally oblivious to. But it doesn't mean that these cultures are not Nigerian culture. They are. If you come to Nigeria today to get married to a Nigerian woman, the same traditional practice you will follow in an Igbo tribe is going to be it's going to be different. Sorry, it's going to be different from the traditional practice you're going to follow in maybe Hausa, in the Hausa tribe. But the both practices are still Nigerian culture. This one said he made the video to make them look bad. Why Africans so idiotic? Okay, because I'm talking about it, that means I'm idiotic, right? And the reason he made the video was to make them look bad. If that was a beautiful practice, let's say if that was a very wonderful practice, if Gorohaba was a wonderful practice, and this man made a video about it and posted it, would you say it was made to make the Indians look bad? You just want the tourists to show beautiful things about your country and then leave the other. That is not balanced. It is not balanced and it is not fair. It is not as if this man is the kind of person who only shows filth in third world countries or non-Western countries. If you go to Tyler Oliveira's page, right, you will see a lot of videos made in the heart of America horrible videos, disgusting videos, showing people who are on drugs, showing people who are addicted to drugs, showing you the heart of New York City, showing you Texas, showing you the border, showing you everything you need to know about America. Some of these videos are very, 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 very degrading to the American society, but he still shows it, and he is American. So is he trying to make America look bad? The thing you guys don't understand is that when you don't talk about these important discussions that had to be made, when you don't give them attention, how would people know about it? How would you stop harmful practices when you don't throw light on these practices? Let's assume this is female genital mutilation. If people don't know that female genital mutilation is going on, how are they going to stop it? How are they going to give it the attention needed to put an end to it? If I did not make if people don't make videos about Africans piercing their lips, mutilating their body, putting lip plates in it, how are people going to criticize it and say, stop, this is horrible? If people don't make videos about old men of 80 years getting married to children of 6 years, how is the world going to know about it and say, stop, this is wrong? If people don't shine light on these horrible, disgusting practices, how are you going to know? I am sure that there are so many people who are totally oblivious to this particular Goro Haba festival in India. They don't know it exists. They don't know about it. But the fact that people are shining light on these particular issues gives people the opportunity to condemn it, criticize it, or encourage it. Back in the day in my country, I always use my country as a point of contact or as an example because I don't want you to say, oh, why don't you talk about Africa? I don't mind talking about anything as long as it appeals to me. Now, back in the days in my country, it was taboo to allow twins to live. When you give birth to a twin child, right, you have to kill these two children. You have to obliterate them, decimate them, kill them. Normally, traditionally, you take them to the evil forest where they are being thrown into the forest and left to die on their own. Twins. It is an abomination to have twins. Now, if people did not talk about this issue and bring it to the attention of the world, how would it have been stopped? This practice was stopped years ago by a white woman. If attention was not brought to this particular issue, people would not know. We will still think that it is normal today in America, in Nigeria, and we will still practice it. So yes, these conversations must be had. These videos must be made. If you find it interesting, if you find it good, if you think it should be encouraged, fine. If you think it is bad, fine. You must have your opinion, but these videos must be made. There is nothing wrong in showing these videos to the world. When you watch that video, the man did not make any racist comment. There was no derogatory comment. He was not racist. He was just a simple guy capturing an interesting moment happening in a different country. Now, there are people on the internet that are going to racialize it, that are going to be insultive about it. That is not his problem. That is not his fault. I want you to understand that people will always talk. Even if you do good, people will talk. If you do bad, people will talk. If you say things, if you're a good person, you live a good life, you live a moral life, there are people who would call you the worst. Right? So the people in the comment section giving Indians hate because of this, it is their problem. It is these people's problem. But it doesn't change the fact that this practice exists and that it is Indian culture. The people practicing this culture are not Bangladeshis. They are not Nepalese. They're not Vietnamese. They're not Australians. They are Indians, bona fide real Indians living in India. Their culture formed the basis of India. The god they worship was born in cow dung, literally found in poop, born in poop. The history is embedded in their culture. And you're telling me it is not Indian culture. It is, oh, you cannot say this is Indian culture. It is practiced by just a small fraction. So this small fraction, their culture doesn't matter because you don't like it. If they are not Indians, fine, it is not Indian culture. If they are Indians, it is Indian culture. There is no two ways about it. I'm sorry, guys, but I have to be honest. I have to be. Okay. There's a comment I'm looking for. The comment was talking about, so if so does that mean that the Black American ratchet ghetto culture is American culture? I'm looking for that comment and we're gonna address it real quick. I can't find that comment, but that the person was trying to say that the fact that ghetto black culture in America, like the fact that there exists ghetto black culture in America, does that mean that ghetto black culture, ratchet culture is part of American culture? That was what this person was saying, trying to say that yeah, this is not Indian culture. It is horrible. So for that, Indians would not accept it as their culture. So it is not that if Indians have to accept this as their culture, that means America also has to accept ratchet ghetto culture as American culture. Now, here is the difference, right? Yes, I remember another comment I'm looking for. The difference is there's a difference between culture and behavior, right? Personal behavior. And the mistake I made, I should have defined culture before even starting this video. Now, I'm going to use the definition they gave us when I was a little girl, when I was like maybe 4 years old, 5 years old in nursery school. They said culture is people's way of life. That is culture for you. So if you bring all your big English, big grammar, it still boils down to the fact that culture is people's way of life, right? So let's take this for example. In India, you have a culture where people believe that it is a blessing to rub cow poop all over your body. It is a blessing to eat a little bit of cow poop because it will flush out all skin disease, it will flush out all skin problems, all health diseases, and make you whole again. It will do wonders. It will give you miracles. If you have impotency, it's going to give you fertility and stuff like that. This is their belief. The deity they worship came from cow poop, literally, right? It has been practiced from generation to generation. Every year after Diwali, I think on the last day of Diwali, the next day, they have this Goro Haba festival. Every single year, every single boy in this village have practiced this particular festival. They have partake in this particular festival. This is their culture. When they have children, the children will be expected to go through the same process. It is normal. When they are telling their folk tales, when they are telling the stories of their glory days to their children, they say, yes, this is how our forefathers was made. This is how our land was born. This is how we have, the harvest was made rich. The cow is sacred. This is our culture. Now, this is what you call tradition. This is tradition. It has been established that this is okay, this is good. Among these people, this is the norm, right? Then you have another you call personal behavior. An individual who just chose to become degenerate and engage in social vices, right? Ratchet culture, when you go out, you go to a store and you shoplift or you rob somebody, you will be jailed because it is not a culture. It is a social vice. It is a criminal act. When you go out and you have children out of wedlock without getting married, you attract backlash. Ah, I'm seeing all the messages. Maybe the Indians were worried that the world will generalize them because not everyone practices the Poop festival. What do you think, Muddy? Yes, that is what I am saying. Even the man who made the video said the same thing. This practice is practiced. This particular tradition is practiced in the, what do you call it? I think city of Karnataka, right? Then when you come into Karnataka, you have another one called Gumaputara, Gumaputara or something. It is not all of India. He never said it is all of India. I never said that. Nobody is making that argument. It is not all of India, but it is still the Indians doing it. It is still the Indians doing it. I'm waiting for constructive arguments, not the. Uh, oh, guys, I wish I was able to go live on StreamYard. Really, would have been better. Ah, oh my god. Sorry, guys, if you don't like the practice, if you don't like the tradition, please quit it. Stop it, okay? Abolish it. You have an option. You don't like it, abolish it. It shouldn't even exist in the first place. It shouldn't. When I saw a group of old men, okay, old men of 80 years, 90 years, getting married to little children of 6 years in Africa, in Somalia, Muslim populated Somalia, I spoke about it. It is wrong. I'm African, but I had to talk about it. Now I'm talking about this. People are angry. They hate the truth.
By throwing it at each other and rubbing it on their skin.
The truth must be told, guys. I don't even know that people are going to be having this conversation, trying to make this about racism. Really. I wasn't planning on that. This was just a normal video the guy made showing an interesting, unique um, culture, something that is out of the ordinary for outsiders. And then some people decided to take offense and call it racist, look for ways to dox him. No. Okay. I can't see the charts. Okay. Lord Krishna is better than the Lord called Jesus. Okay, I don't hate Indians, okay? I'm not hating on anybody. I respect your belief. As long as you are not going out trying to decimate other people, trying to kill them and convert them to your religion. I respect your religion. I respect Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity, every religion. Unless you are trying to take over other religion. Unless you are telling me without mincing words that you are going to cut off my head if I don't convert to your religion when you become the majority, then I don't respect that. So people making a comment about religion and trying to, I'm not really interested. You are entitled to your beliefs, guys. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm just trying to throw light on important issues and have reasonable conversations. So guys, yeah, that was just my aim of going live. I don't know, I saw a lot of interesting comments, but I can't find them now. I can't find them. Can't find those comments. I really wanted to debunk them, right? The fact that you have a cultural practice that is not something to be proud of doesn't mean it is not your cultural practice. So people screaming, it is not Indian culture, it is not it doesn't have to be the dominant culture. Like I said before, there is no way, there is no country that has a dominant culture that every single particular person in that country can say, yes, I do this. It is only pockets of culture that make up the culture of a country. This is true. This is true, guys. This comment said, if you say it is Islam, they will say it is cultural. If you say it is cultural, they will call you a racist. No truer words. Very, very true. When I made a video about that Somalian men crying because they can no longer grape children, even though the law was not passed. Yes, that law that was passed to protect children to not be married until they are 18 was overturned in just 24 hours. After passing the law, in just 24 hours, men were protesting, crying, threatening fire and brimstone until the government caved in and overturned this particular bill. And yes, currently now in Somalia, you can still get married to 6-year-olds as long as they are mature. Now, when I made that video citing that the main reason this is going on is because of the religion, the religion of problem, the cancerous religion, right? Because it is only in this religion you find it legitimate to marry 6-year-olds. We've had examples of people who have done it and consummated the marriage at the age of when she was 9, right? So it is only in this religion that you find this as a widespread practice. And now I was saying that it is this religion that is the foundation of this cancer, the foundation of this horrible act happening to these female children. I was pointing out that if you check all over the world, wherever you see this religion, you will surely find this example. And then people attacked me and said, no, it is not religion, it is culture. People told me it is culture. The reason this is happening is because of culture. I'm like, no, it is not just culture, it is embedded in religion. Yes, it is part of their culture, but the main reason is religion. I said this openly. So now, in this case, I am not saying that the reason why the Guma Pataras we are practicing Gorhaba is because of religion. No, I said it is because of culture. And now people are attacking me saying that it is not culture. It is not their culture. They said, no, 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 no. It is not culture. Then what it is? What is it? It is something abstract. It is not culture. It is what the heck? What is it then? If it is not culture. Oh, somebody said it is not. Oh, it is not culture. It is a festival. Oh my god! Can you imagine that? I'm going to find it. No, I never. Somebody said I told Dinesh D'Souza to go back to India. I never did that, guys. I never said those words, and I will never say those words. I said that this single video showed us truly, truly that the so-called anthem of America First, we are all Americans, that people like Dinesh D'Souza keep preaching, is not truly, truly skin deep, right? Because he proceeded to bring out a chart telling Tyler Oliveira that the so-called poop throwers are the leaders of America, that the future of America belongs to the poop throwers. That is what he said. He showed a chart showing Indians are the leading economical families in America. So what is he trying to do then? Tapping into his Indianness, despite preaching that he doesn't see color. So I never said go back to India. I am saying at the end of the day, there is nothing like I am just as American as you are. It doesn't make sense. You will number one be Indian. You will first and foremost be Indian. There is no two ways about it. No two ways about it. You're just like a Muslim. A Muslim is Muslim first before being Democrat or Republican. So don't be deceived. So like I was saying, this person was trying to tell me that this is not culture. It is a festival. So a festival that is sacred and traditional, right? That is being practiced every year and that has been practiced for ages and ages, for millenniums in a particular geopolitical zone. This festival, what do you call it if not culture? If not culture, what is it? Fun? Celebration? Oh, if we still call it an Indian festival, people are also going to pivot and say, no, it is not a festival, it is a ceremony. And if we call it a ceremony, they're going to pivot and say it is a celebration. So whatever it is, people are always, these hypocrites are always going to find something to say. They're always going to find things to make it all about, oh, you're being racist against us. Point blank, it is tradition, it is culture. The practitioners are Indians, so therefore it is Indian culture. As long as the city or the village of Gama Patura is in India, as long as Gama Paturans are Indians, it is an Indian culture. I'm looking for that statement. Oh, Madi, it is a celebration. It is it is a festival. It is not culture. It is how dare you say it's culture? This is a festival. An age-old millennium festival is not culture. Then what is it? If it's not culture, what is it? And I'm also seeing people that are saying Nigeria. They're using my country as an example. They claim to be Nigerians, right? Oh, Madi, I am Nigerian. There is nothing like Nigerian culture. Nigeria consists of different people and different cultures. So there is no such thing as Nigerian culture. So which country does not consist of different people and different cultures? Which country doesn't? Which country doesn't consist of different cultures and different people? Are you trying to tell me that Nigeria is bigger or has more, I don't know, like, okay, for instance, America itself, right, has a lot of different sects. In fact, to the extent that if you find somebody from New York, a person from New York has a very different accent from a person from, let's say, Texas. Does that mean that this New York accent is not American accent because it is not a Texas accent? I don't blame your lack of intelligence. Okay, educate me, Abidjan or whatever. Educate me. Educate me. You don't blame my lack of intelligence. Intelligence. Educate me. Mind you, I never said anything derogatory about any culture or about any group of people. But these people want to eat me alive simply because I am throwing attention to this particular practice. It is not because I am the one who invented this practice. I never did. It is not because I am the one who told them to throw poop all over their body, to eat part of it because it's going to cure cancer, or to literally, bathe themselves in poop. Rather, because I am reacting to it, people now hate me. Oh my God. If I had been sleeping on my bed, nobody's gonna hate me. But because I talked about this, people are now being mad. Please, guys, you have to approach this sensibly, okay? Because this culture is unsavory, because this culture is negative, the owners of this culture are now denying that it is not a culture, it is not their culture. Then what is it? Did he make it up? Hmm? Did Tyler Oliveira pay these people to just throw cow poop on their body? Yes, this person said, how do you think we as a general audience can help change the way Indians think? Yeah, that is the problem. You can't help change the way they think. That is what I'm realizing, unfortunately, because they don't even want to acknowledge simple facts and simple truth. Now, if you ask me, I'm really, really sure that the practitioners of this culture, the people of Gama Patura, are proud of this culture, right? And that explains why they still practice it even in 2025. They have access to the internet, they have cell phones, right? They know what is going on around the world, but still they chose to practice this because they are proud of it. And the real Gama Paturas are not even complaining. They are not attacking anybody or calling anybody racist or hurling derogatory remarks to anybody. The people complaining are those people who don't want the world to know about what is happening in their country because, you know, it is not something to be proud of. Yeah. They are the ones trying to make you the devil, make me the devil for reacting to this video. The people I saw in that video were happy. They were welcoming to Tyler Oliveira. They were hospitable. They were kind to him. They invited him to participate. They were proud of their poop throwing festival. But some people are on the internet calling on Google CEO, calling on YouTube CEO, calling on their ICT, what do you call it, minister, to cancel this YouTuber for just filming this particular festival. Yeah. I know people that are saying you don't know what goes on in other parts of India. Yes, I'm sure there are more horrible things going on, right? And not just India, other parts of the world. Other parts of the world, there are horrible things going on. This might even pale in comparison when we find out what is also going on in other parts of India. Like I told you, I saw lots and lots of videos coming out from this particular geopolitical zone, and it was, guys, it was really horrible. People drinking cow piss, like putting their mouth directly on the, I don't know. Of course, there are also wonderful tradition in this part of the world, yes. But does it mean that these horrible ones don't exist, or that these horrible ones are not part of the culture? No. The fact that it is horrible doesn't mean it is not part of the culture. It is still part of the culture. And if you don't want it to be, you have an option. You can change it, abolish it, stop it. But if you keep practicing it, that means you like it, you're proud of it, so own it. Own it. This person said the video is disrespectful and you know it. Oh God, this is the problem. I thought we have covered this. This is the problem we keep having here. Really reggae. Really reggae. The video is disrespectful and I know it. Al Jazeera covered this video. So many other media outlets covered this video. Do you understand? And nobody took offense. Nobody did. The people who are practicing this particular practice, this particular culture, the people who are celebrating this culture, they are proud of it. And they invited this outsider, this foreigner, Tyler Oliveira, to film the whole thing, to participate in the whole thing. So how is it disrespectful if they found it respectful to show the world what they are doing? How is it disrespectful? The people practicing it want the world to see, and you think it is disrespectful to react to it? It is their culture. Thank you, Ronin. It is their culture. It is the Indian culture. So the person asking me, why did you put this in your title? The Indian poop throwing culture, this Indian culture. I put culture because it is their culture. It is not a Nigerian culture. It is not African culture. I don't know. It is Indian culture because the practitioners are Indians living in India. It is not Bangladeshi culture. And you denying that it is not Indian culture is you denying that the practitioners are not Indian. It is as simple as that. How is it Indian culture if 1,000 people do it out of 1.5 billion? Well, you don't know if it is 1,000 people. I checked last time I checked. I think I saw 1,800 people or something like that. I am not sure. It might be bigger, right? And even if it is a small portion, it is still their culture. Are you trying to say me that if 1,800 Indians were killed, God forbid, I'm not praying for this, but if they were decimated, will the news not say 1,800 people were decimated, 1,800 Indians were decimated, or will it say 1,800 small ethnic group somewhere in India was this? It is going to call them Indians. If you go into this tribe, maybe to get married to the man or the woman, you are going to follow the culture that is being practiced by these 1,800 people. And yes, it is still their culture. They live in India, so for that, it is Indian culture. Because they are a minority doesn't mean they are going to throw away this practice. Because they are a minority doesn't mean they're not going to practice this culture. It is their practice, it is their culture, it is their tradition. It is something cultivated, just like you said, it is something cultivated. So it is culture. The minorityness doesn't mean it is not culture. You saw their God, you saw their deity. They told you themselves their deity was made, literally made out of cow poop. They worship it. They believe in miraculous powers of this cow poop. It is not a thing of shame for them. This is what they have been practicing for ages and ages. They do it every year. Every child born in this culture knows this is our way of life. So the fact that they are a minority doesn't mean, oh, this culture is irrelevant. It is very much potent and relevant to them. And because they are part of India, because they are Indians, bona fide Indians, because when you go into India to study Indian culture and you happen to find yourself in this part of India, you are going to be studying this culture. And when you leave, you are going to present it as Indian culture. Yeah, there comes. It is a festival, just as some other what? Ancients in the past practice sati and offering themselves. Accept your culture. Yeah, it is their culture. So don't tell me, oh, I only accept culture that is good. I only allow the good culture to be said to be Indian culture. If it is bad, no, bye. It is not Indian culture. No, I don't accept it. It is your culture. It is Indian culture. If you don't want it to be, then you abolish it. That is the only way. Yeah. Rodin said, we are talking about the Indians that keep this tradition going. If you're an Indian and you find this offensive, we are not talking about you. Um, uh, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, right? I'm not dunking on anybody in particular. I'm just acknowledging that this is Indian culture. Because the main reason I came to make this video was that reply, that comment in my comment section that said, Muddy, I am from Nigeria. The fact that you have a practice in some part of Nigeria, small portion of Nigeria, doesn't mean this is generally Nigerian culture. No, I'm trying to tell you that even if it is practiced by a minority, once the minority is Nigerian, it is still Nigerian culture. It doesn't negate the fact. So I'm not here to say, oh, if you're practicing this, you're horrible. No, I don't care about that. Oh, if you're not practicing this, you're an angel. No, I don't care about that. The fact remains that this culture exists and it is Indian. It is not Bangladeshi, Nepali. It is not Canadian. It is not American. It is Indian in this case. And Tyler Oliveira have made it known. Now, if you Google this Gora Harbor Festival, you are going to see Tyler Oliveira's name. He made it known. We were in the dark. We didn't know about this. I specifically was in the dark. The first time I was reacting to this video off camera, I literally vomited. It was so disgusting, really. I'm not trying to be hateful, but I'm just telling you how I felt. This person said it is going to be Canadian soon. I'm not going to engage in that, okay? No, you're not going to bait me into saying something about that. Mm-mm. If Canadians want Indians to overflow their country, that is their problem, right? I'm not going to make a comment. The reason you see me making a comment about Islam is because uh I don't want it to circle back to me. I don't want it to circle back and affect me because only Islam tells you they are coming to decimate you if you don't convert. They are coming for your head if you don't convert. That they are going to enter every home. That they are aiming for the American White House to become the president and everything. They tell you, we are coming to destroy you unless you say, okay, Allahu Akbar. That's why I sometimes talk about Islam. For the Hindus, for the Indians, they want to come to Canada, well, come to any part of the world, that's okay. They are not threatening to cut off anybody's head. Okay? The Africans are trooping to Europe and Asia and all the rest of the place. It is their problem. They are not threatening to cut off anybody's head. If you give them the allowance, if you give them the opportunity to invade you, that is your problem. Yes, I can talk about it, but it is your problem. You are the ones giving them the power to massively invade you. But I am not very scared of them. Okay? I am scared of those people telling me they're going to cut off my head unless I bow down to their false god. To the god that was brought to them by an old man who slept with a child of 9 years old. That is what I don't agree with. A man who killed more people than he saved. Kill them, decimate them, cut off their head, behead them, cut off their hands. So to the Indians practicing this God Haba festival, the cow poop throwing festival, cow poop throwing festival, cow poop bathing festival, cow poop testing a little bit for cancer festival, just a little bit. To the people practicing it, own it, be proud of it. So what are the takeaway lessons from here? The takeaway lesson is, again, to the people practicing this, own it. Okay? Own it, or you abolish it. That is the only takeaway. Oh, we don't like people dunking on you. We don't like people seeing this part of your culture. Please abolish it. Just like I said about the lip plating tradition in Africa. Little children, little girls mutilating themselves, cutting open their lips to insert a plate. It is horrible. Abolish it, even though I'm African. Okay? Yeah, that is the problem, real reactions. Real reaction says they deny it exists. That is why we are having this conversation. Yeah. Some people claim this doesn't happen. This doesn't exist. Oh, uh, uh, the media shows you Indians doing this, doing that. It is not true. Come to India, you're gonna see something different. Well, Tyler Oliveira went to India and he saw this. It exists. It is real, and it is unsavory, guys. It should not be happening in 2025. But if the people practicing it think it is okay, if they think it should be happening, they have the right to. So they should own it. Don't tell me it is not Indian culture. That is when I have a problem with you. Don't tell me it is only practiced by this. It is Indian culture. And if you don't want to take pride in your culture, then you have to abolish this. Abolish it. End it. Speak out against it. Criticize it. That is the only way you're gonna get it gone. But if you cover it up, if you pretend it doesn't exist, if you criticize people who say, oh, this exists, if you try to live in a fantasy world where these Indians practicing this are not Indian because you don't like this culture, then it is never going to go away. It is going to be there. And make no mistake, I'm not trying to tell you guys to abolish this, right? I'm not trying to say that. You want to practice it, practice it. At least you're not mutilating yourself. At least you're not mutilating children or something like that. You want to practice it. But don't call people racist. Don't call people hateful because they are shining a light on this particular practice. That is just the problem. And don't say that it is not Indian culture because it is. No matter the argument you bring out, it is going to circle back to the fact that it is Indian culture unless the people practicing it are not Indians. Somebody said, "Oh, Modi, do you know that some part of India they practice the same culture with Sri Lankans, with Nepalese, with this and with that?" If Sri Lanka practices this culture and India also practices this culture, then India has a claim to this culture and so does Sri Lanka. So if Sri Lanka is practicing a particular culture and also India is practicing part of that culture, it doesn't mean that nobody owns this culture. It is Sri Lankan culture and also Indian culture. I saw that comment here. I can't find it, but I saw it. So I'm talking about it. After all, everybody around the world practices marriage. At least a lot of people around the world practices a marriage. Like if you want to marry people, you have a wedding, right? You don't just find a woman and live with her. Some people do it, but it is not, I don't think it is generally acceptable. The acceptable part is you find a woman you want to marry, you go to her house, you do the necessary rites, and you wed her in church or however. In Nigeria, we wed traditionally and then we wed in church. This particular practice did not just fester, it did not just like circulate the world immediately. It started from a particular culture, maybe from a particular people, and then it spread. Other people started practicing it. So the comment that was telling me that India doesn't have a particular culture because they sometimes practice a culture that is also practiced by other people, maybe by Sri Lankans or by this and by that. It doesn't mean that it is not Indian culture. For as long as India is practicing it, it is Indian culture. I'm looking for the arguments that are telling me that it is not Indian culture. What are your arguments? I'm looking for more. Tell me why you think it is not Indian culture. If CNN celebrated it and showed the cow poop festival during their Diwali week in the USA, I bet no one would be getting upset or complain. Yeah. Yes, they won't. Some people are I don't know, they're asking me questions that is going to put me in trouble. This person said, Modi, do you think it is possible for India to change? Do I think it is possible for them to change? That is not for me to say. Everyone needs to mind their own business, really, because we are talking about India now. If we are talking about white supremacy, if we are talking about how racism is systemic in America when it is not, if we are talking about how all white people are racist, I'm sure you're gonna like it. You're not gonna want us to mind our business. But right now, because we are talking about something really, really unique, really, really out of the ordinary for most people, you now want us to mind our business? Really? If people were minding their business that way, then believe me, we would still have the killing of twins in places like Nigeria today. If Mary Slessor minded her business, we would still have the killing of twins in Nigeria today. My cousins who are twins might not be alive today. They might be dead. But because Mary Slessor never minded her business, this horrible practice was abolished. Guys, again, I will never make any video denigrating anybody or denigrating any group of people or hating on people. That would never be what I would do. That has never been my intention. Like I said, I am a social justice warrior. That means if I see something that needs to be talked about, if I see something that needs to be, presented to the world, I will present it. I will talk about it. If I can hold fellow Black people like me accountable, then do you think there is any skin color I wouldn't hold accountable? There isn't. When I can call out Africans and Black people, then believe me, I can call out every other person. The problem is, Tyler Oliveira, this video he made was not intended to denigrate anybody. He was not intending to be racist. Now, let me tell you something you don't know, okay? In this particular video he made, this documentary, there was a lot of horrifying things he did not include in the documentary. He cut it out just to save India the shame. He did not include a lot of the footages, the gory footages. In fact, the juicy part, the parts that would have gotten him the views if he was just chasing views. He cut them out. He removed them. He just gave us the watered down version, the version that have been edited and made to look savory for the world. That is what he presented. The gory details, the disgusting parts, he never included. He left it out. And in this video, he was very, very cordial, very respectful, very understanding. He participated, knowing fully well it could risk his health. because he doesn't want them to feel disrespected by just, filming and being just from the outside and filming and recording. He took part just to show them he respects their culture. In the video, he was not being racist at all. He was just being expository, just teaching the world, look at this interesting facets of India. And then boom, the internet exploded. Every single video he dropped on X was censored, age restricted. Every single one of them. Not even one was left. Every single one of the clips was age restricted. He was massively reported by Indians. Why? What was the offense? These videos are not AI generated. They were not maliciously crafted. The videos were made. It was a reflection. It was not a reflection. It was a real life activity that is being practiced by the Indians. He captured it with permission. They said, yes, you can do that. Then he showed the world, just like other media outlets that also captured this particular event. And all of a sudden, he became a white supremacist. He became a racist white guy who is hating on India, even when he never said anything hateful about India. People doxed his account. People were photoshopping his mom as an OnlyFans grandma or something, claiming that his mother has an OnlyFans account, just to destroy his life. They doxed him left, right, and center, sent him multiple death threats, sent him all sort of hate messages. There are proofs of these messages on his X account. Why? What did he do? What about the people practicing this? Why is nobody hating on them? The same people who are coming on the internet to say, oh, this is not Indian culture, are the same people who are going to Tyler Oliveira's DMs and sending him all sorts of hate messages. I'm not going to engage with the insults because I am not here to insult anybody. I'm not. I love the Indians. I have a lot of Indian subscribers. I appreciate them. But the fact that I love them doesn't mean I cannot react to a video that is showing something happening in their country. Why would that make me a hypocrite, a coward? So yeah, to round up, guys, these are my points. The Gora Haba Festival is an Indian festival. It is an Indian culture and nothing but an Indian culture. Now, the people practicing this culture should either own it or abolish it. You should either own it or abolish it. That is just my takeaway. You can practice your culture for all I care. You can respect your culture, take pride in your culture. But do not be mad when I witness this culture. Do not be mad at me when I see you practicing this culture. All cultures are not equal. And that is true. All cultures are not equal. There is a culture of people who think it is sacred and medicinal, miraculous to eat a little bit of cow poop. And there's a culture of people who would be grateful that they would never ever experience this event in their life. So again, my takeaway: one, this is an Indian culture. Two, if you practice this culture, that means you love it. So own it. Now, if you don't own it, abolish it. That's all. Thank you guys for joining this live session. Yeah, this is my first time doing this. Thank you. These are my thoughts, these are my opinions, guys. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. I'm looking at the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.